generation. No more standing out in line. So good at wasting our time. We are the lazy generation. We are the lazy generation. We are the lazy generation now.
Welcome to the British Grand Prix, and before we get on to the race, I have some big news to announce, so let's get on to it. Page Knight has a brand new helmet design for the British Grand Prix, and it's only a small addition, but yeah, it's just a helmet change anyway. So yeah, Sam Thompson will replace Andrew Nella. And Andrew Nella had 4 consecutive retirements, started from the Monaco Grand Prix. New Scotsman Strachan will replace Adrian Safri. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name though. But Felix Sontag has come around the line to take pole position at the British Grand Prix. But can he be the first person to take it from pole to flag? Let's find out, and I will pass my mic to Stato, who will commentate for the race.
So we are here, race day. Last season it was Joseph Willows in the wet. Will it rain for the British Grand Prix? Will it be typical Great British weather? We are racing on the old Silverstone layout, and this is the grid. Sontag and Willows on the front, Nella and Marta second row, Roke and McKenzie on the third row, Boyman and Thompson, a good qualifying from him, on the well, whatever place that was, with Strachan in 12th place, a good result for the Red Bulls. Page Knight, a disappointing 15th place, and there are the 2 spikers at the back of the grid. We are about to start the race, and here we are. Can Sontag get away from pole ahead of Joseph Willows? It's 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5 lights. And the lights are out, and away we go, and Sontag gets a good start, and he keeps the lead from Joseph Willows, and Will Nella's made also a good start. Is he going to get ahead of him? Ahead of Willows, sorry, but he doesn't, and it's Willows alongside Nella. Is he going to take the lead from Sontag? And no, he's not, is the answer to that. And he takes the lead ahead of Sontag, ahead of Marta, sorry, ahead of, yeah, Sontag leading, ahead of Marta, ahead of Will Nella, and then the BMW, is that Roke or McKenzie? One of them's made a good start, and here's Will Nella trying to overtake Joseph Willows, and who is trying to overtake Felix Sontag, and he does so, and he takes the lead of the Grand Prix, but Sontag is hanging it around the outside, and he's going to take the lead, coming in to the left and right hander. I think that's Stowe, I believe, and oh, there's contact! That's McKenzie, I believe, and that is that Williams? That is Jack Boyman. He's hit the back of McKenzie and has lost his rear wing, and that is going to cost McKenzie dear. He's had no luck for the last. He's retired out the last 5 races, and his bad luck is going to continue. And Jack Boyman, who's also going to have to pit, and they are holding up this pack of cars. Been a disastrous season, to be honest, so far for McKenzie, despite that win in round 3. So he's going to have to make his way to the pits as James Willows makes his way past. And here is Strachan, who's trying to get past, and here is the pack, who is stuck behind these drivers. And Page Knight, Page Knight's lost his rear wing, and Adam Wolf has lost his front wing. Oh wow, there's been a lot of chaos at the back here. This is the battle for 4th. Marta, who is behind George Roke, and this is what happened. Replay, Jack Boyman, I don't know what he was doing. Just didn't slow down at all, and just went right into the back of McKenzie. This is what happened with Page Knight and Adam Wolf on board with Page Knight, and the same with him. Wolf just didn't slow down in time and went into the back of him. So already been a lot of chaos, and here is Marta trying to get past George Roke for 4th place. He's on the inside. Is he going to make the move stick? And yes, he does. Good move there by Marta, and he takes 4th place. Now he's going to try and hunt down 2 Ferraris and Joseph Willows, who has taken the lead. So this could be a quite interesting race. And here is Nick Mazier getting past one of the spikers. It's Sin Cara, and here is Bryce trying to get past Strachan for 9th place, the Scotsman, and he does make it stick. Good move there. Or Strachan is going to keep it around the outside, is he? No, he's not quite. And here comes the Toyota of Moitian, who sneaks past into 10th place. That is about it. And here is Marta, who's on the back of Will Nella. Is he going to make the move stick? And there was nearly contact, but he makes the move stick. A great move there. I would say the corner names, but sadly I'm not very good at them. And here comes George Roke, who is going past at Will Nella, who seems to be falling away already on lap 4. And here's Moitian, who is going past Kellen Bryce down the hanger straight, and he makes the move stick for 9th place. Is he going to try and stick it on the outside, Bryce? No, he doesn't. And here is Strachan, who's getting passed by Mazia and Delacio, and not Delacio, Skara, Southgate, and also Daniel in the Super Aguri. He's already lap 4, so this is exciting action. Here is Kara, who's going battling with Southgate, and here is Byrne trying to get past Gal in the other Toro Rosso at the back of this pack. And he makes the move stick. And who is this? Joseph Willows went wide. Joseph Willows went off coming into the last section of the track, and that has given Felix Sontag the chance to catch up. Fortunately, he didn't give away the lead, but that was a scary moment for Joseph Willows. He can't afford to make those mistakes, otherwise he could give the victory to Sontag, and he needs this for the championship if he wants to stay in the championship after last week's victory in Canada. And here is Bryce, who's going past James Willows, who's going past Wade Kuba. And here is Kara, who's going past Strachan, who had made a good start, but Kara's having a good race so far, so this is for him. And here is Byrne getting past Delazio for 16th place, and that is Gal, who is going to try and get past as well, who's right behind him, going under the bridge into the last section of the track. And that is Marta! Marta has spun off at the first corner, and that is going to cost him dearly. He's going to drop quite a few positions. Well, no, he's not. He's actually only going to drop to 5th, but he's going to drop well away from the leaders. He's fortunate not to lose more positions actually, and no, he does lose a position to the Red Bull there of Thompson, I believe that is. There it is, he just goes well wide coming into the first corner, and he loses it. Fortunately no gravel there, so he can get out of there easily. And Sam Thompson in 5th place, a fantastic debut, but here comes Marta, who's trying to overtake him, but Thompson is not having any of it. And here's Bryce, and here is Kuba, no, it's Willows, sorry, I keep confusing the two, and Kuba gets back past James Willows for 7th place. And here's Marta, who's going to go try and take 5th place off of Thompson, and he doesn't make it stick. And Kuba and Willows behind him, and Nella going back past George Roke for 3rd place. And here comes Marta again down the hanger straight. He is trying to go back past going back past Thompson, sorry. And does he make the move stick this time? Yes, he does. And here is Dominic Delacio, who has gone wide coming off of the straight, but he manages to get away with it. But is he gonna lose a place to this Gal? Oh no, they made contact, and he spins, and that is going to cost him dear. And here comes Byrne, who's getting past Strachan, who seems to be falling down the field now after being up into 9th place. And here is Mackenzie trying to recover, battling with Jack Boyman, who collided on the first lap. He's down in 20th. And here's Sin Cara. Oh no, he's gone into the Beckett section, and he's cost himself a lot of good positions. He was doing so well in 12th place, and he comes out right in front of Ed Byrne there, lucky not to make any contact. See, he just has a bit of understeer, he just goes wide there, and he loses the car and goes off into the runoff. Only loses 2 places. And here's Mackenzie trying to get past Gal, and there's Paige Knight as well, who's involved in the first lap collision with Adam Wolf. And there's another yellow flag out, and that is Gal, who is spun, and he has gone into last place. It's been quite a race so far. He went well off into the gravel and spun, and now he is dead last, dropped behind Adam Wolf as well. And here is this Southgate trying to get past Cara. Cara's gone wide again. They've got away with it, fortunately. But is he going to lose any more spots? I think he is. He's going to lose a spot to Strachan. Is he going to lose a spot to Daniel? And yes, he does actually. Well, Daniel's obviously had a moment there, and that is Cara, who spun again. Been a pretty nightmare race for him so far. He was up into 12th, but he was trying to get past Strachan. And did they make contact? Yes, they did. It was never really going to get past that car. A bit of a silly mistake. And then he had to rejoin. And here comes Joseph Willows, who has made his first pit stop on lap 17 relatively early. But he's obviously going for 2-stop strategy, or maybe a 3-stop. I'm not sure, but most likely it'll probably be a 2-stop strategy. And here is Boyman going past Delacia for 16th. Mackenzie, who is in 80th, he's not made that much of a recovery, although actually he has been probably quite far behind. And here is Paige Knight in the pit, and so is Sontag as well. So Nella is currently leading, Roke is in 2nd. Marta is also in the pits now, and here comes George Roke, who is going to be behind Paige Knight, so he's going to have to lap him. He needs to get past him quickly if he wants to take advantage of these guys having pit stops and staying ahead. Thompson is now going to move up into 4th place. A fantastic race on his debut for Sam Thompson, the Brit, in front of his home fans. And also with Roke in 2nd, that's going to delight also the home crowd. And Willows tries to get past coming into the Maggots Beckett section, but it's not going to work. And Marta comes out in 11th place. So now he's going to have to make a big recovery. He's going to be stuck behind, I think, Byrne and it was Mazier as well. And here is Sontag going past Kuba with Moitian right behind. And here is Mackenzie going past Daniel. And he makes the move stick. And here is Jack Boyman as well, who's going to try and make a move. Is he going to make it stick? Is there going to be contact? No, there isn't. It looked like there was going to be. Here's Will Nella in the pit. So George Roke, for the time being, is leading the Grand Prix. But here comes Willows, who is going to take the lead. And there is Roke just going down the hanger straight. So where will he come out? Will he still be in 3rd place, or will he have dropped a place depending on how quick his stop is? And there's Sontag battling with James Willows there for 3rd place, or 4th place, sorry. And here's Moitian, who's in the pits as well, with Southgate as well. He gets out 11.2, bit of a slow stop there. And here's Southgate getting out as well. And Thompson is currently in 3rd place at the moment. I believe he just might have overtaken Sontag, or unless he tried to overtake him or something. But anyway, Boyman is trying to get past Daniel here. Oh, and there's a slow Toyota. Moitian coming out of the pits. He nearly takes out Mackenzie. It's quite a dodgy pit exit there. Now that's going to be a big battle here. And here is George Roke finally into the pits. And here comes Joseph Willows, so he's obviously not going to take the lead. Will he come out in 3rd? Will he be behind Thompson and Sontag? Thompson, I don't believe, has made a stop yet. But here he is now, who has made a stop. I don't know if any of the guys, I don't think Willows or Kuba have made a stop yet. So Roke comes out at the moment in 5th place. But here comes Will Nella. Will he be out in front of Will Nella? The answer is, I think he will. Or will he? No, he won't. He gets out behind Will Nella. That is going to cost him dearly. Here is the battle for 7th between Bryce and Marta. And here's Thompson, who was running very well up in 5th place, holding off Sontag. And there is Strachan, his teammate. I believe he's going to come out, I think, just ahead of him or behind him. It's going to be very close. I think he's going to come out, yep, in front of Strachan. Oh no, he's not. Strachan has managed to just get past for the Maggots Beckett section. Here is Jack Boyman, who is not had a good race so far. He's been stuck near the back. And here's Wolf as well. Boyman goes out. He's going to be in 20th place. So no cars have yet retired. Wolf also coming in the pits. He's quite far behind. Paige Knight has not had a particularly good race. He is dead. She is dead last at the moment. Is she going to come out ahead of the Super Aguri? Yes, she is. So she is now up to 21st. Here is Marta trying to get past Bryce for 7th place. Is he going to make it for the Maggots Beckett section? Yes, he does. He does make the move stick. Here is Sam Thompson trying to get past his teammate Strachan with Mackenzie behind him and Moitian as well. Is he going to go around the outside? But Mackenzie's going to take advantage of this. He could take both of them. He's taken one of them. He's going to take both Red Bulls. A good move there by Mackenzie, and he is up into 9th place. And I believe, I think Thompson didn't get past Strachan. No, he didn't get past him. He's still behind him, and now he's got the same thing is going to happen again. Moitian is going to try and take both of them, but he's going to block Moitian off. It's almost too wide, but Moitian has got past Thompson. And Thompson's still stuck behind Strachan, and Moitian now gets past Strachan for 10th place. Thompson's going to be very angry under that helmet at the moment. And here is James Willows, who has come out in 8th place, and oh, that is Ed Byrne, who has lost. Is that his rear wheel, I think? But it's not been a good season for him, and he is the first retirement of the race. And yes, he has crashed. That is actually just under the bridge section. That's an interesting place to crash. He comes here, he just doesn't turn, and he goes well off the track and into the wall. Very bad error there from Byrne, but he's had a pretty bad season. But it's unfortunate for him. Sin Cara just come out of the pits. Not had a good race either. Sin Cara's had a lot of incidents at the back, and here he is trying to get past Paige Knight, who is obviously she has no pace whatsoever. So I don't know what's happened to her. So, but Page Knight's going to try and stick it around the outside and going to try and keep 19th place. And there is, and the Ferrari is behind them, so he's going to lap these guys soon. And Wolf's there as well. And here's Daniel in the pits. We are almost halfway. We are basically actually at the halfway point. At the moment, it's Joseph Willows leading, Sontag in second, Kuba, who is up into third somehow. I don't know if he's made a stop, unless I've missed it, but yes, now he has made a stop. So it is now Willows, Sontag, Nella, Roke, Marta, Bryce, James Willows, Kuba, who's set to come out in 8th place. And here's Moitian, not Moitian, Mackenzie, sorry, who's in the pits. And he's going to come out down in 16th. Quite a slow stop there, 14.4. Not going to help. And Joseph Willows is off again. Another error. Has he kept the lead though? I believe he has. And yes, he has. He's got away with it. But now he's going to... Oof. And the Spiker there nearly gets through. But Willows needs to keep his concentration. That's another error he's made. But fortunately, because of the gap he had, he has not let it affect him. And here's Marta, who's made a stop. He's come out to 7th. Here is Gal in the pits as well. Been some race. Willows really needs to keep his concentration, because those mistakes have fortunately not cost him. And that is Adam Wolf, I believe. Yes, it is. And his engine has blown. And surprisingly, it's not rained here, to be honest, in the British Grand Prix. It's looks like it's a fairly hot day. And here is Bryce, who's coming out of the pits. He is going to be 11th, unless anyone comes out ahead of him, the pit exit. And here is Joseph Willows, who's coming in the pits, and Sontag as well. So who will get out first? How will the McLaren pit crew do their stop? And same with the Ferraris. See what they do, but I believe Willows, unless he has major problems, should get out in front. So there's Strachan as well, who just gets out of the pits. As Andrew Nella takes the lead, Roke behind him. Willows does get out in front of Sontag. Good stop by both teams, but Willows, more importantly, stays ahead of Sontag, as now they're going to be back behind traffic. As Will Nella is in the lead at the moment of this race, but he will still have to make another stop. That is Roke, who is also right behind him. This will be an interesting pit stop battle when both these two pit. Willows comes out in 3rd, Sontag in 4th. Roke, who is dropped behind Nella at the stops, can he get out in front of him in the stops? This will be the interesting thing. I imagine they'll probably pit either this lap or next lap. We will see in a few moments' time. Roke has been gradually gaining on Nella since their first stop. Let's see what happens. But they have not pitted on the last lap, as they're coming up to, I believe this is Moitian, unless I'm wrong. Actually no, I believe it's not. It's Page Knight, I think it is. Yes, it is. It is Page Knight. Moitian's 7th. And Thompson is in 9th. Southgate's in the pits. Southgate come, and there goes Jack Boyman, who's coming into his box, and there goes Southgate to do what the pit mechanic was doing there. But he's going to come out in 13th place, I believe. There's Jack Boyman, who's had a difficult race, to be honest, and he is going to come out in his 17th place or 16th. Maybe one of those two. Sin Cara coming out of the pits as well. We're currently on lap 39, so we've only got 20 laps left, so anything could happen. Here is Roland Moitian, who is in the pits from 7th place. But at the moment, Nella and Roke still have yet to pit. They're going on for more, but it won't help them. Probably they're not going to stay with Willows and Sontag at the end, but they will probably have the fresher tyres though. But we will see, as we are now less than 20 laps to go. So now is going to be the interesting part. So here is Will Nella, who is staying out on track. George Roke is going in the pits, so Nella's deciding to still stay out. Obviously he feels that his tyres are still just about durable, and there is a yellow flag out, and that is Sin Cara, who's had a pretty nightmare race, to be honest, and he is out with a transmission failure. So I think this will be a race to forget for Sin Cara. He won't want to look at this one again. And here comes George Roke coming out of the pits. He's going to be in probably 4th place, or will Willows get in front of him? Here's Marta as well. So he needs to get in front of these two. Has he got in front? I believe he has. No, he hasn't. He's not gotten back in front of Marta or Willows. That is going to cost him dear. But will it cost Will Nella dear? Because obviously he is still going to make a stop. He is going for as long as possible. So we'll see what happens. So at the moment he leads, but Willows will take the lead once Nella pits, depending on when it will be. This is costing him. And here comes Mackenzie, overtaking Moichin for 10th place. And here is Will Nella on lap 44, coming into the pits. Where will he come out? Will he come out ahead of Roke and ahead of Marta? Because James Willows, I think, also has to make his stop. And there goes Joseph Willows, who retakes the lead of the Grand Prix. And there is Sontag, who's a little bit away from him because he's stuck behind some traffic. Nella with a 9.8 stop, that's a good stop. James Willows in the pits. There comes Marta, so I think he will pretty much get out ahead of him. So just waiting for the confirmation, and there he is. He's got stuck behind the Delacio, I think that was, coming out. So Marta and Roke are going to be right behind him. That's not exactly what he would have wanted, but he's got out ahead of the two nonetheless. But he has been held up a bit more than he hoped for, so now he's going to have to get past Delacio. And there is James Willows, who has made his second stop. And so is Sam Thompson, making his final stop of the day. There is Moichin, who is trying to go back past at Mackenzie. Is he going to do it in the Maggots Beckett section? No, he is not. And there is Thompson, who's also come out behind in 11th. Page Knight, who has come out very slowly out of his entry and nearly has a collision with Gal there. And that's Moichin. Oh, Moichin has, I think, hit the wall. I think he's had a crash. He's obviously made an error. And that is him out of the race. He was battling Mackenzie for 10th place, but he is out of the British Grand Prix. What was a pretty decent race for Moichin. Was it a driver error? Yes, it was. He went on the curb, and that took him off the circuit and into the wall. Wheel nearly hits the Red Bull there, but fortunately it didn't. And I believe, was that a car in the pits? Was that Sontag in the pits? I believe, yes, it was. So Sontag clearly does not have enough fuel to make it to the end and has had to pit. That has cost him dearly. I don't know why his pit crew didn't put more fuel into him in the last stop, but he is now going to drop out of contention for the race and into 5th place. Don't know what his pit crew were thinking there, but that has really cost him, and now he's down to 5th, and I don't know if he's going to be able to recover from that. Obviously these guys probably were not going to make it on enough fuel. An 8.5 second stop. I guess that's probably why they pitted quite early. But will Nella and George Roke make it to the end? Because they made later stops. I imagine they will probably have had more fuel than Willows and Sontag. So let's see if they can make it to the end. So at the moment it's Nella, Marta and Roke. Could this finish? Could this be the finishing order? Unless Willows and Sontag can gain enough and attack them. But no, Marta has made it into the pit, so clearly he does not have enough fuel. So will Nella and Roke make it to the end? As Roke goes past the Red Bull there of, I believe that is Mazia. So, interesting. So Mazia is going to come out in 5th place behind Willows and Sontag, and he's going to come out also behind Waze Cooper. He's going to take a good result at the moment in 5th place, unless he pits as well. And he does indeed go past Yuri Mata. So we've only got 6 laps to go. Can Nella and Roke get to the end on this amount of fuel? And here comes James Willows, who's going to take Marta for 7th place. This will not be good for him in the championship. And there is a yellow flag somewhere. Something has happened. And who has retired from the race? There's a yellow flag, and that is that's Paige Knight, who's spun there. It's not been a good race for her. It's been a disaster really. She's never really had the pace since that first lap crash, and she was trying to overtake Daniel and tap the back of Daniel and spun coming into Stowe, and Daniel went also onto the grass, having been tapped from behind. Here is Thompson going past Mackenzie for 9th place. A good race from the Brit in his first Grand Prix, and he does take 9th place off Mackenzie. And here is George Roke in 2nd place, with Joseph Willows right behind him in 3rd. So Willows has managed to catch up Can Roke hold on to second place? And Will Neller looks set to take the win here. So clearly the strategy for Willows did not work, or for both McLarens really. And here comes Yuri Matu, who's going to overtake Waze Kuba for 5th place, with James Willows in the background, who's going to try and overtake both these two. We've only got 3 laps to go. What could happen in these last few laps? Neller's got a comfortable lead over Roke. And here's James Willows, who's going to overtake him. And here comes Joseph Willows, who's going to try and overtake Roke for 2nd place. He's clearly got the straight line speed. Is he going to overtake him coming into the right-hander at the end of Hanger Straight? And yes, he does. He does take 2nd place from George Roke. But I don't think he's going to have enough time to catch Will Neller, who is way up front. He's 6 seconds ahead. And here is James Willows, who's also going past Waze Kuba. So it's not exactly the finish he would have wanted, Kuba, but he'll still be in the points at least. And here is Will Neller, who is leading with 2 laps to go. He clearly chose the better strategy. He went on longer along with Roke, and that has helped them both. And there is another yellow flag, I think, at the back straight. And that is Dominic D'Alessio, who appears to have spun off. Or unless he's had a problem. It looks like he's stuck in the gravel unless he can get himself out. And this is, oh, he tried to, I don't know, I think, was that the McLaren in front of him? I think it was, and he lost control of his car, and that is him out of the race. He's got stuck in the gravel, and he is out. So, not been a good race for both Spikers. They're both retired. And here is Will Neller, who is still leading ahead of Joseph Willows, as we are now on to the last lap. He chose the right pit strategy. A 2-stop was the way to go, and Joseph Willows sets the fastest lap of the race. Trying to line his pace, but I think it's going to be too late. He's still 6 seconds behind, with Roke still with a further 2nd behind, so I don't think it's going to be enough for Willows. Sadly, the strategy didn't work, and Will Neller, who has not had a lot of luck in the last few races, he is going to win unless he makes a mistake. And Willows, I think Willows' mistakes also cost him dearly in the end. He made 2 mistakes while leading from Sontag early on, and well, I thought he might get away with it, but unfortunately he hasn't. So I believe that even if he didn't make those mistakes, he might have probably battled with Will Neller at the end, but that has not happened. So they're about to come under the bridge section, unless he makes a mistake now, which I don't believe he will. There is Jack Boyman behind, and Neller is about to come into the bridge section for the final time. He's not had a lot of luck. He didn't have any luck really at all in Canada. He only managed to grab the last point spot from Moyton in the last lap. But he's about to come around the final corner onto the pit straight. He chose the right pit strategy. A 2-stop was the way to go. It worked. He's going to come around the final corner, and Will Neller wins the British Grand Prix. A fantastic race from him. A good pit strategy, and that helped him. And he wins the British Grand Prix, with Joseph Willows going to come home in 2nd in front of his home crowd. He will probably be disappointed he didn't win. With George Roke, another Brit on the podium. Sontag in 4th, with Marta set to come home in 5th place. Disappointing race from him and from Willows. Willows, I think, will be disappointed if those mistakes probably cost him in the end. Despite his pit strategy, I think without those mistakes he probably would have won. So Marta's going to finished 5th. Willows is going to come home in 6th. Kuba is going to come home in 7th, with Bryce set to take 8th, ahead of Thompson on his debut. A good race from Thompson, but sadly Bryce is going to take the last points finish as he comes around the corner, and there is Thompson as well. And Mackenzie is going to take 10th, with Southgate 11th, Boyman 12th. But Will Neller is the winner of the British Grand Prix. It's a good race from him. It's another great race. And here is the results. Will Neller taking the win from Joseph Willows 2nd, Roke 3rd, Sontag 4th, Marta 5th, Willows 6th, Kuba 7th, Bryce 8th, Thompson 9th, Mackenzie 10th, and Southgate on 11th place, with Marta in the end second the fastest lap. Mazia 12th, Strachan 13th, Boyman with a 25-second penalty, Daniel 15th, Page Knight 16th, Gal 17th, and D'Alessio, who retired in the end with, well, spinning off into the gravel. So Will Neller is still leading the championship by 5 points ahead of Marta, with Willows 10 points behind him, Sontag 2 points behind, and Roke also 10 points behind. And in the constructors it's very close at the end, but I hope you enjoyed the race.